If you're a business traveler, you probably carry lots of gadgets. You might even have your own travel kit, but one thing you're probably not carrying, but should be, is a travel router. Like the router you use at home, travel routers create a secure Wi-Fi network from a single internet connection so that you can connect things like your laptop, your tablet, or your smartphone. The real difference, though, is in portability. Travel routers are extremely small, and some are even battery powered. So today, we're gonna take a look at some new travel routers on the market to get you ready for your next business trip. Up first, we're gonna take a look at the Edimex Wireless Broadband Nano Router. It's one of the smallest wireless routers on the market and super easy to pack around. It does come with a wall charger, but you can also power it from a laptop with a USB cable. On the back, there are two Ethernet ports. One is to connect your internet source, and the other is to connect it directly to a laptop. Once you run the setup CD, you should be able to create a wireless network in a couple of minutes. We tested this out in different scenarios, and the Edimex Nano Router is like a Swiss Army knife. It can be used as a driverless Wi-Fi adapter for PCs and Macs, a universal repeater to extend the range of another base router, or it could be used as an access point to add additional Wi-Fi access through a wired Ethernet connection. If you're not tech savvy, it may take some time to figure it all out, but once you know how to use it, it can add extra protection to your devices when you're in hotel rooms. Up next, something from TP-Link. It's a little bigger than the Edimex, and it's a portable wireless end router that can operate in 3 modes. If I click it to 3G, I can share internet provided by a 3G USB stick. So if you have one of those and normally plug it into your laptop, plugging the stick into the 3G USB slot will let you connect several devices over Wi-Fi. Of course, you could share 3G internet off a smartphone by tethering and creating a hotspot, but there are advantages of using a dedicated travel router. For example, this router allows for website filtering and IP address-based bandwidth control, features that you can't get from a smartphone hotspot. Clicking on WISP mode will enable you to share the current available Wi-Fi in your own separate Wi-Fi network. It's basically a bridge and is useful when you want to make your connectivity stable regardless of the signal strength. AP mode is great for hotel rooms with only one Ethernet port. By hooking it up, you can create a wireless access point and connect numerous devices all at once. Most business travelers will keep it in AP mode, but this router gives you a lot of flexibility. Unfortunately, not all cellular modems are supported. If you do a lot of international travel, check to make sure that your USB internet dongle is compatible before you buy it. And while it's extremely portable, I would have liked to see a built-in battery. That would have been the icing on the cake for this device. So finally, let's go to our last router. It's the Asus all-in-one wireless end pocket router. It's touted as the world's smallest Wi-Fi router, and it weighs less than an ounce. Like most travel routers, there are multiple ways to use it. In a hotel room, you can just plug in an Ethernet cable and create an instant wireless hotspot. This is perfect if you're in a hotel that charges extra for additional wireless internet connections. But I think it's the perfect travel router for business travelers that use an Ultrabook or a MacBook Air. Many of these ultra-portable laptops no longer have a dedicated Ethernet port, which is kind of a shame. As great as Wi-Fi is, you should always try to use an Ethernet connection in hotel rooms, especially if you're trying to do some things like Skype or Google Hangouts for online meetings. The one downside I found was the software. It's not very polished, but thankfully you don't have to use it once you do the initial software update. The update will provide a way to upgrade the firmware in the future from the web configuration page, like most Linksys and Netgear routers. So if you do a lot of business travel like I do, it might be a good time to pack a travel router with the rest of your devices. It adds an additional level of protection for unsecured Wi-Fi networks, which keeps you and your company data protected.